Hello everyone, welcome back to Learning Power BI and Accessible Design. I am Juliana and today we're diving into an aspect of Power BI that's often overlooked, but it's incredibly powerful, the canvas, that blank space where all the magic happens. When we format our canvas thoroughly, we not only improve clarity and focus, but also make our reports a more polished, professional, and accessible. And that's what we're going to do today. Before we dive into the content, if you're not sure what Canvas is, I'm going to tell you now. Canvas is the workspace where you design your Power BI report. It's the foundation for all our visuals, text, and elements. Now, don't confuse Canvas with wallpaper. They serve different purposes. Canvas is the interactive area where our audience will engage with our visuals. It defines the boundaries of our report. Paper is the space outside our canvas. So you can see on this image that I have on my screen, it's the gray part. It's purely decorative, frame our report and creating visual context, but it's not part of the functional report content. Now let's have a look how we can configure our Canva. So if you have a white space like I have now, you just need to go to the format pane and then we have Canvas setting. And then when you go to type, we can see type 16 to 9, which is the size. So the canvas size in Power BI determines the dimensions of our reports and dashboard, and it's measured in pixels. So you can see here that the default is 16 to 9, and the height is 720 pixels by 1280 pixels on the width. We do not need to stick to this size. We can change it, and it's very easy. To do that, you can click on the arrow and select one of the available options. So you have 4 to 3, letter, tooltip, and custom. And when you select custom, that's where we can actually change the size. So I'm just going to go back to 16 to 9 to have the default size. And I'm going to custom. And I want to change the height. I don't want my height to be 720 pixels anymore. I want it to be 900. So there we go, as easy as it is. Now that we have set the size of our report, let's have a look on the next item we have in our canvas setting, which is vertical alignment. These options allow us to control how our content is positioned vertically within the space available. For example, our canvas size is larger than our visuals. We can choose to vertically center everything for a balanced and professional look. And it's very easy to achieve it. So the only thing we need to do is click on the arrow, and then we can select if you want to keep the top alignment or middle alignment. This feature is especially useful for presentations or dashboards that may not fully utilize the canvas size, helping us to ensure our layout looks intentional and visually appealing. Now let's talk about backgrounds, the key design elements that can elevate our report. Good backgrounds add personality and branding while keeping the focus on our data. So we have the option to have a white background as it is. We can also change the colors. Let's go now to the canvas background. And we have here color. We can select one of the colors that are part of our theme. So I'm going to select here this gray. And the reason you cannot see it is because the transparency is always set to 100%. So we need to change it, and then we can see it. The other option is if we don't want any of the colors available in our theme, we can go to more colors and drag the arrow here to whatever we want. We can explore other color options as well. Alternatively, if the default backgrounds don't suit our vision, we can always design our own backgrounds using tools like Figma or PowerPoint. These tools allow us to create branded, visually appealing designs tailored to our needs. So doing that is very easy. So just go to the application you use, create your background incorporating subtle branding or styles that support our theme. Make sure you keep it subtle because our data at the end of the day is the star of the show. Then all you have to do is export the design as an image and import into Power BI. So here's how to do. Here we have on the format pane, canvas background, and then you have image and browse. So select the browse. I have a few options created. So I'm going to click on the light blue. And simple as this. It's very, very easy. I'm going to select another example because I want to show what may happen. So let's select this one here. Great. I selected and I cannot see it. And the reason is we have to go to image fit and select fit. And then it appears. And there is something that's very important. Always check the contrast. Dark backgrounds need lighter visuals, and light backgrounds need darker visuals to ensure readability. And now that we know how to configure our canvas, let's talk about something we don't fill in: white space. White space isn't wasted space. It's the secret of creating clean, readable, and professional reports. It helps guide in the eyes of our users, improving readability and reducing cognitive load. There are two types of white space we need to consider. We have micro white space, which are small spaces within or between elements, like padding inside cards or margins between visuals. These improve legibility and preventing visuals from feeling cramped. And we also have the micro white space, which are larger gaps that separate sections or create structure, like space around titles or between distinct groups of visuals. Macro white space helps creating flow and direct attention to key areas without overwhelming our audience. And before we wrap up, remember, how our report looks outside of Power BI is just as important. So if we need to export our report to PDF or embed, our canvas size, background, and spacing all affect the final appearance. Always do a test export to confirm that everything looks as expected. Small tweaks to spacing or background designs might be needed to improve presentation. Better to be safe than to be sorry. Formatting our canvas might seem like a small detail, but it has a huge impact on clarity, professionalism, and accessibility of our Power BI reports and dashboards. How about you? Do you customize your canvas setting, or do you usually stick to the default? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do. It's goodbye from me now, and see you on the next video.